MediNurse provides private medical care for individuals and companies throughout St. Louis. Today, Pat Cook is here to speak with us about how to recognize heat stress, something so important. This summer's already been off the charts, it feels like, and I think we just don't pay enough. We know it's hot, our bodies start to overheat, and we're just not paying attention enough. So what are sort of the signs we should look for? What's prevention? What should we be doing this summer to prevent heat stress?
Stay inside. That's the easiest thing to do. I think what people don't realize is that it creeps up on you. Mm-hmm. If you're out, and if, as we have had these last couple of weeks, long days of heat, you're just more susceptible, and particularly kids, small kids, and the elderly. Part of the problem with the elderly may be just age, but also prescriptions or other medical conditions that cause you to react much quicker. Mm-hmm. So if you find yourself with a headache, leg cramps, or body cramping, that's usually a beginning sign of heat exhaustion.
Cramping. And is dehydration something that is a sign, or is that just...
I think dehydration is the cause, probably, more than anything.
Okay.
And sometimes we drink the wrong things.
Okay.
When it's hot, you should drink, and drink frequently. Not necessarily a good thing to talk about, but is urine. Mm-hmm. If your urine is dark and concentrated, then you're not drinking enough. Mm-hmm. You should not drink coffee. You should not drink caffeine. Any caffeine products or alcoholic products are not necessarily helpful. So the fruit juices, the Gatorades, the power drink, those kinds of things, probably okay. Mm-hmm. And certainly water, lots and lots and lots of water.
Okay, so you wake up on a day like today, or maybe how it was a couple weeks ago when it was, like in the hundreds in the heat index. You go outside, you're doing your day-to-day, bit by bit, you start feeling, for people who maybe don't have air conditioning, when is that point, you were saying people don't respond quick enough or soon enough, when is that point that you should find a cooling station, you should seek some relief, start drinking water, doing what you can, let's say if you don't have air conditioning or you're not in an air-conditioned environment?
Yeah, I think as long as you're sweating, you're probably okay. If you stop sweating, then that has moved you from heat exhaustion to the possibility of heat stroke. Okay. Your body's reacting and trying to save all of the moisture, all of the liquid that it can, and you stop sweating. Stop sweating, you start to have an elevated temp. Your temp probably reaches the temperature outside, 104, 105, 106. And then you are on the throes of heat stroke.
Got it.
So if you can reach out to somebody and have them help you right away, put you in a cold shower, support you so that you don't faint, pass out, that's the ideal. But if you're on your own, get inside, get to a cooling station, get to the library.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about cooling stations. I mean, it's just something I think when it's happening, I'm sure for individuals, and you're not thinking, let me go to this location. You're probably just not necessarily thinking about where can people find that? Like, what would be defined as a cooling station?
Usually online there is a list, and it's usually like Wise, some churches, certainly libraries. I think in this last week I saw online an access to a whole number. There were more than probably 100 health centers, certainly. But I think practically in your neighborhood. Is there a grocery store? Go and walk around in the grocery store, stand in the frozen food aisle. I always get cold in the frozen food aisle, But, use what is available to you. I think a lot of people fear the cooling stations because they may be crowded. There may be people not like me there. So, go someplace that is like you, your neighborhood library, your neighborhood mall, and just, sit. You don't have to walk. You don't have to do anything, but also be safe getting there.
And you were talking about prevention, obviously, to stay inside. Should you be more hydrated? I mean, I know this is going to sound like a silly question to ask, but should you be drinking more water in the summer, essentially, when it's hot than you normally would in the fall?
Absolutely, or juice, with things. But again, stay away from the caffeine products and that. Yeah, you do. And I the obvious things are to make a jug of lemonade or make even just a jug of water and put it on the counter where you can see it. And when you go by, take a sip so that you're not, I think a lot of us think we drink a lot of water, and when it comes down to it, we don't. The bottles, the good old water bottles are helpful because at least that tells you that there's 8 or 16 ounces there, 12, whatever it might be, and you can see what you consumed.
Okay. No, this is some really good information, and we're going to throw up a graphic for you. This is how you can reach out to MediNurse. When we come back after this break, we're going to get into a little bit more about what is MediNurse, what it is that they do. So stay with us, but there's information. It's medinurse.com, or you can call 314-781-2800. But don't go anywhere. We are going to get more into details with MediNurse right after this. Please stay with us.